Today we're taking a look at Comica's Vimo C, which is a wireless audio transmitter receiver setup that's really meant more for content creators or anyone who's trying to get really good quality audio on the go. As you see right here, the transmitter does show, but that's actually how I've been using Comica's XD Boom wireless audio kit, because when I'm doing content creation or anything where it doesn't matter if the actual transmitter is showing, it makes run and gun filmmaking just very easy, especially when it comes to content creation. So I've realized that after all these years using Comica products, I've been saying it wrong, and it's actually Comica. But anyways, here is the soft case that comes with the Comica Vimo C. And as we open it, you'll see that it actually has the charging case right here. And then it also has some of the 3.5 millimeter jacks, dead cats, and everything in this little top part right here. But while I've been using the Comica Vimo C, I've actually really just been using it here in this case, and then I just leave the auxiliary cord basically just loose in my bag, just because this is really the ticket to the show right here. Well, here's the case, and as you see, when you open it, it's got the two transmitters and the one receiver right here. Now, the cool part with this whole setup is here is one of the transmitters, and here is the Comica XD Boom that I've been using pretty much the same way you use the Comica Vimo Cs. For YouTube at least, I've been using it just with this transmitter itself. Now, the difference between the XD Boom and the Vimo C is I have been using the XD Booms on documentary and corporate shoots as a wireless transmitter because you can hook up a lavalier mic to these transmitters, where the Vimo C you can't. But right away you could see the difference. The Vimo C is less than half the size of the XD Boom Pro, which is already extremely small as it is. So when you're hooking this up to your talent, hooking up a Vimo C, even though you can only use just the transmitter itself as the microphone, is a lot smaller. I'm gonna look really funny right here. It's a lot smaller than using the XD Boom as a transmitter. I mean, just look right here. So where it comes down to it is, if you don't mind the microphone showing and it doesn't have to be a lav mic, well then you can use the Vimo C for a lot of applications. But as I said earlier in the video, I think most of the applications where people use the Vimo C is going to be in content creation for platforms like YouTube, TikTok, live streaming, which, by the way, that's what Comica is aiming this product at. They're not aiming it towards documentary filmmakers because, for the most part, if you're a documentary filmmaker, corporate filmmaker, you're going to be using lavalier mics because you are going to get a little bit better audio quality if you have a really nice lavalier mic. Although Comica has been really great in including lavalier mics with the XD Boom, I've actually been using my own lavalier mics just because they have better audio quality and it shows in the footage itself. Now, a few other features with the Vimo C is the fact that you can actually charge these via USB-C right here on the bottom. See this little port right here. Now, all three devices have the USB-C on the bottom, and the one difference is going to be that the receiver can actually be used with a splitter that splits the USB-C into an additional USB-C port and a headphone jack. And what that is for is if you're using a camera that does not have a headphone jack, which means you can't monitor the audio from that camera. That being said, you can use that device and monitor the audio from this Vimo C receiver on any camera that doesn't have a headphone jack. However, if your camera has a headphone jack, I would probably say use that, just because then it involves, if you're like me and you just want to bring this charging case, it involves bringing the splitter as well. One thing that I did ask Comica, because with the splitter, it gave me the idea, why couldn't we just use a USB-C to headphone jack in the Vimo C transmitters and add lav support? Comica said that's not possible. One suggestion I would have for Comica is that if they come out with the Vimo C2, maybe add support in the USB-C so we can add lavaliers to it, because these transmitters and receivers are so small as it is. I would love to be able to take this everywhere with me, but the fact that I can't use a lav really is going to limit my use with this device, specifically for YouTube content creation on the go. But they're so small, I'm definitely using these all the time over my XD Booms, and these have been my trusty lavaliers and wireless audio transmitters for a few years now, and I've really enjoyed them. So I can't wait to see what Comica does. Now, as far as transmission distance, they have the same transmission distance as the XD Boom. They get around 200 meters, but it is line of sight, which means that even if you're pretty close to your subject, if they actually turn around and are no longer facing the transmitter, well, then you could get some signal interference. So one of the things I do recommend with the Vimo C is just to make sure that you always have line of sight. When I use these kinds of transmitters, I'm never even maxing it out to the 200 meters. I'm typically within 10, 20 feet away. So I've never really had any kind of transmission issues with any of these devices, just because in my settings, I'm typically not that far away. But it is worth noting in case, you happen to be filming a live performance or a live stream, or maybe someone's on stage and you may be maxing out the limit. It is a limit of 200 meters. So try to stay within that and try to get closer if you can. Overall, I have really enjoyed the Vimo C, from its really small and portable form factor to now that the fact that we have this really cool charging case that can be charged via USB-C as well. It just really fits all of my needs on the content creation side of my business. So thank you to Comica for sending this out to me to review. I really do appreciate it. I love your guys' products. Now, although they did send it to me, all of my thoughts in this video are mine and my own. I really do enjoy using this. As I've mentioned a few times, as much as I love it, this product is limited to certain use cases just because of its inherent drawbacks of especially not being able to use a lavalier mic. If you're going to use the Vimo C to its strengths, I highly recommend this product, especially if you don't need to be using lavaliers. This whole setup right here with the charging case is around $150. If you get it without the charging case, it's a little bit cheaper. And then if you just get one transmitter and one receiver, it's even under $100. If you're a content creator or you have any kind of use with audio transmitters that pretty much do have to be seen, but have really good audio quality, again, highly recommend this. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments below. And if you got knowledge and value out of today's video, please make sure to hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell to keep up to date with the latest videos from the channel. Until next time, my name's Geoff Fagien. Thank you for watching, everybody, and I will see you in the next video.